All right. So, this is about judging people. Okay, this could be about somebody prejudging you or judging you by your appearance. Okay, it says, do not judge according by appearance, but judge by righteous judgment. Appearances don't always tell the whole story. Take John Wesley, the founder of Methodism. It says, in his years, he appeared to be everything but spiritual should be. He memorized the Greek New Testament. He took the gospel of the American Indians. Yet, according to Wesley, he did these things outwardly because inwardly he hoped to gain God's acceptance. Okay, now I'm also going to say this. Somebody here is trying to fool somebody or has tried to hide behind the word of God. It also says here one day he realized he needed to trust God for salvation. When he made his heart right with God, Wesley began his true ministry. Outwardly, we can look like we have everything together in the spiritual community. It says we can know every song in the hymnal, dress inaccurately on Sundays, and participate in community service, but God sees what humans cannot. It says he looks at the condition of our hearts. What is the condition in your heart? Are you following God with sincere heart or simply going through the outward emotions of being a believer in God? And it says, although we may be able to fool our friends, God always knows our true motivation for spiritual advice or spiritual service. I guess I said spiritual advice, so maybe both. And it says, take time for a heart-to-heart conversation with God today. It says, beware you are not swallowed up in books. An ounce of love is worth a pound of knowledge. John Wesley. So let me just say this. I feel like somebody here is worried about how they look, or they only want to talk to people that look like them, or have this persona of, going to church every Sunday, and because they go to church every Sunday or they do all their Hail Marys, that means that, they're like this holy person. And I feel like somebody here could have judged you based off of how you look, okay? Or how, even in tarot or oracle cards, I feel like, there's a huge, I wanted to say that there is a big judgment as far as being in the spiritual community, because people think that things have to be a certain way. And actually, I had a conversation with somebody today, and they were like, well, what if you, which I also thought was funny because I think the same way, or I had thought that, and I think I spoke about it a while back actually in a live, but it's like, just as much as you believe in whatever religion that you're a part of, or if you do identify yourself with a religion, I don't, okay, because of this. And it's like, just as much as somebody who's a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, it's like, example, it's like they all three believe that their religion is number one, or they're die hard for it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it doesn't matter because we all worship the same God. So it's like, all that shit just brings division, and however you choose to worship God is up to you. However, it's just something to keep us at each other's throats, and I feel like it's also something to keep people in this box of limitations. So again, I feel like someone here could have judged you, somebody who's part of like a church community, or somebody who has different beliefs. Okay, they judge people a lot, and it just makes no sense to me. So I just thought it was funny that somebody brought up that topic today and was like, yeah, so how do you know if you're gonna go to heaven? And really, this is also about faith. How much faith do you have? Where's your heart at? Do you do community service or things in the church because you want to look a certain way? And I feel like this is somebody who possibly could even work in the church, and they, look a certain way, or they're heavily involved in every meeting that comes up, in every, event that happens in the church. They're number one. And I feel like, you know, however this is playing out, or whoever this is to you in your life, or you're this person, it's like, your heart is still trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, your heart can still be trash, because at the end of the day, God knows that you're doing it for self-righteous reasons versus, truly in your heart of hearts it makes you happy and you enjoy doing it and you love doing it for God and for the goodness of others, not because you want to look a certain way or because you know you want to make sure your reputation stays good, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, or you want to show off to so and so because you want to be a part of this. It's just, that's not what spirituality is about. That's not what love, you know what I'm saying? It's like people, okay, a Christian, like, because I accept God as my savior, that means that now I need to follow a certain guideline in a church. No, I do accept God as my Lord and Savior. However, the things that I might understand that are known to be truth may not be something that you're meant to understand. Or whatever things somebody else has going on. Again, this is why we should always mind our own business. Because people often judge in ways that are toxic, and it's like they only stunt them spiritually and they prevent them from actually growing or opening their eyes up to a wide variety or a even just, it almost like it puts your heart in like this box, for example, I guess, and it's like it never can grow. What is it? Sharks, they only grow as big as you buy the tank, right? So it's almost like they have this box, and it's like your heart is only gonna grow to the size of that box in a way, if that makes any sense. So it's something like that. But it's like somebody here, they, or you could have been this person. You could have been this person who left this community of family, friends, whoever, and now you're understanding that life is beyond politics and church or something like that. You know what I mean? Life is beyond that. So many people think the same way, you know, Republicans think they're right. It's like the same way that they feel. It's like the other person feels the same thing. But what are you guys doing? You know, it's just, only thing we really need to focus on is God, the lessons that we're here to learn, and really helping other people, blessing other people as we're being blessed through these lessons that we're learning and passing that love on to other people. So I don't care what community you're from, what your beliefs are, whatever the case is, it's like, where is your heart at? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you minding your own business, doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you learning lessons that you're supposed to learn and you're just deciding to stay in a box? And I feel like it's almost like you had more faith than these people did. You let go of control issues and you realize that God's will is going to be done regardless. So it's like you have some type of faith here. You're being rewarded, I feel like, in some type of a way, because you trusted in God's plan even when you didn't understand. And it's like you could be moving forward, whether you see it or not, into a space or a place with no limitation, because it's like you didn't place any limitations on your faith. You trusted in God even when nobody else did, or it seemed like they supposedly were supposed to, but they never did. I feel like somebody here did not practice what they preached. And it's like you could have been around a lot of people who are very controlling. And not only were they very controlling, but it's almost like they prejudged you and thought God would not bless you, or God was never going to bless you, or they just felt like maybe you didn't deserve something, or they just prejudged you, not realizing how much faith you actually really had. Maybe you were somebody who didn't go to church every Sunday, or you were somebody that maybe you didn't dress the way they wanted you to dress, or you were into things that were taboo, or you understood things to be what these people didn't. God shares with you a lot of secrets, or God gives you a lot of wisdom or knowledge. And these people, I don't care how old you are, and I did speak about this earlier, it's like your age does not define the knowledge that God is giving you or the wisdom that you're getting from these lessons. This is something that, it's almost like a gift God has given you. And I feel like it's like you could pray a lot, and these people didn't know that. It's like these people, because you weren't in church every Sunday and Wednesday, or you weren't in all the church groups, and you didn't participate in whatever it is that they felt you should participate in. It's like, that's supposed to mean what? That you're a better Christian, or you're a better person that believes in God, or whatever, however you want to call it. But they didn't know how close you actually were with God. They didn't know that you talk to God regularly, that you always pray through situations. Like, your divine mission was definitely something very big or important, or even, I'm getting the word special. They're not meant to understand the lessons that God needed you to understand, or reach the people that God needed you to reach. They couldn't reach certain people. Therefore, you were not meant to go to fucking church every Sunday and Wednesday. Your lessons involved other people outside of church, or there were certain lessons that you have here in this life that these people will never understand, because that's not their mission here. And that's okay. And I feel like you just kind of let it go. You're like, all right, whatever, that's okay. Yeah, these people didn't know how close you actually, in fact, are to God, and how precious you are to God. I feel like also it's like you could be somebody that just never fit in. You could have gone, it's almost like this, it's like you could have went through a lot of really hard, difficult situations on your own, where it was like you couldn't rely on these people or ask these people questions, because they didn't understand these lessons. I feel like these people wanted you to be afraid to leave some type of society or some type of a belief system here that was, again, placing limitations over you or blinding you from some type of spiritual growth, making you afraid to do something. It's like these people are afraid. It's almost like they fear faith in a way. You could be somebody too. It's like you just jump right into something. Fearless. And it's like these people, it's almost like maybe this was hard for you at first, but then it was like you're like, fuck it. And I feel like too, it's like if there was a bad situation that happened or something that you were afraid of, it's like you just chose to see the positive in everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. I choose to find positives in everything. And it's like you just chose to be like, see things in a positive way, or like in a from a higher perspective than most people would. Look on the bottom. It's like they didn't think you were going to use your intuition or your discernment about something here. Some of these people, what I'm getting to, they could have knowledge about certain like hidden knowledge that you've discovered on your own. It's almost like you've had to make some type of head over heart decision and push through whatever fears you had and just do it. And I feel like these people, they don't have any faith. Like, they act like they do, but they don't. It's like it's almost like their prayers are just words, but they're empty. Like, they don't mean anything. They don't use their intuition or discern. It's like these people don't have common sense. You could have been very generous or very loving to these people, but these people judged you. Even if you're not part of a church, this could just be a community of people that have different beliefs than you. Any type of belief system, whatever it is, even if it's not religion. But these people you were very generous to, you gave to, you ate with, you shared with, and they fucking don't like you because you're different. Because you're different. This could be race, sex, gender, whatever the case is. Age, fucking how you look, tattoos, no tattoo, whatever. Spiritual beliefs. You know, where you live, how much money you make, whatever. How many BDs you got, I don't know, BMs you got, whatever the case is. Like, these people don't like you. And it's like, let me just tell you something. They didn't realize how close you were with God. These people could have thought that they were going to receive. I also am getting like false idols. Even idolizing people in the community that are nobody. False leaders, shit like that. And these people were I just got bamboozled. And it's like they don't understand how you're receiving miracles and they're not. It's because you were generous. Your heart, God saw where your heart is. They did not care. This is fucking. These people didn't fucking care. They didn't care. Yeah. Yeah, and these people, it's like they outcasted you, and you're receiving this good karma because of your heart. Because of where your heart is. Wow. All right, let's get into this reading. I'm not gonna do any more. Look, on the bottom it says purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, you could be literally living in your purpose. We got growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Yes, baby. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So it's like these people are afraid to grow spiritually. And you're not. It's like you surpass these people. Even spiritually, like spiritually ranking, it's like you're somebody that's a divine being. They can't deny that. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And it's like, ooh, did you guys see that? Judgment. I was gonna say, please don't do that anymore. Judgment. It was like they didn't want to be judged, but they wanted to judge you. Wow. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, and it's like it was blocked. It's like they didn't. It's like they were comfortable living in this box. They were comfortable living in this box. They wanted to freely judge you, but not to be judged themselves. It's like they were afraid of being judged. Whereas, but they could judge you all day and you just had to take it. How does that work out? Like, come on. Look, and perseverance was at the bottom. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. It's like you persevered through this. This could have hurt your feelings. Trust. I accept all that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. This is about trusting spirit, trusting God, trusting your intuition, using your discernment. Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest what I desire in the physical reality. So it's like, again, whatever you ask God for, it's like you're going to receive it because you believe it. You know you can achieve it, right? It's like, and I feel like you can see it. These people can see it too. They see it as well. It's almost like you had to be the living example. You know what I'm saying? Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And these people, they don't want to motherfucking move. Purpose. Again, I'm going to end this deck with purpose. I know what I am here to do. So it's like, this is like a triple, quadruple, whatever confirmation that you're on the right path. And it's like if you were set apart from these people, it's because you were supposed to be alone. You were supposed to do shit by yourself. My gosh, my nose is so itchy. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Now, there could have been a situation where somebody either got rejected or this King of Cups was rejected. You could be this King of Cups. People try to reject you. Somebody here didn't want another person to have a victory because there was some type of truth here spoken. Possibly either about or to this King of Cups. I feel like it was about. Or even, I feel like it's actually to this King of Cups about another individual. And it's like, so, yeah, what I said is correct, yes. And they rejected someone that wanted to fall out, and it was the Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like somebody here tried to paint some type of an illusion here about who you were to someone else. And you know what? Earlier today, collective, I had gotten, this was about judging somebody by their status, financial status, or something like that. So it's like somebody here, it's like, well, you don't fit in because you're different type shit. Almost like, you know, the ugly duckling. And then the ugly duckling, they, Temperance wanted to come out. Then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? This ugly duckling turns into this beautiful swan. And it's like, in fact, the ugly duckling was never meant to fit in because they were different. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So it's like a group of people decided to conspire, I feel like, against another person. And it's like now somebody doesn't want to work with these people because they see these people for who they are. Like the mask has fallen off. And it's like you could be in this leadership type, in this Hierophant energy, and you speak truth and clarity. You could be somebody who is like a spiritual judge in a way. Again, I did speak about like spiritual shock, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're somebody who's like a spiritual judge, and they didn't even know they were judging the judge. It's almost like undercover boss. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Something like that. I don't know why. Um, and it's like people are seeing you in this Hierophant energy, and they're seeing, or they're gaining truth and clarity here. God has definitely stepped in to reveal some type of truth here about you or to whoever these people are that try to block communication from coming to somebody who's very hardworking. It's almost like somebody did not want somebody to receive a message, or they didn't want somebody to speak to somebody. You could be somebody who's very hardworking, somebody very generous, very kind, very nurturing and loving. And it's like you're on this mission. It's almost like, regardless of whatever, it's like you could have cut these people off and just continued working on whatever it was that you're working on. This project, or even, your job, it's like it could pay well, or it could be something that you're supposed to be doing. And you're being divinely guided moving forward. Or you're divinely being guided away from these people. It's almost like God spoke some truth. Yeah, look at walking away. It's like you're being divinely guided, and people are walking, or you've walked away from these people. People could be walking away from the person who is trying to, conspire against you with a group of people. Like these group of people could be walking away from this person who was trying to get somebody to go against you or group up against you. This is actually, I don't know why I'm getting like, this is actually good news for somebody, because it's bringing some type of truth and clarity. It's like, look, somebody here invested, or it's like they wanted, it's almost like you're watching something grow, or these people are watching you grow something, or invest in yourself. And it's like they're very negative. These people are very negative. Oh, and it's like they're depressed. Yeah, this Sun card in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse, they're depressed. And I keep picking up on the energy. And it's because whoever spoke, it's like if you spoke this truth, or God revealed this truth to somebody or somebody's, it's like now someone here, whoever spoke bad on you or tried to judge you, it's almost like they didn't realize how spiritually protected you are, and they now feel like they need to defend themselves against a group of people now that are angry with this person, because it's like they feel like they got tricked, or again bamboozled by somebody in the community. The Ten of Cups in reverse. It's like somebody here blocked off an entire fucking community after this shit, because they seen the extent that they went to just to outcast somebody and to ostracize somebody who was very loving, giving, and nurturing. It's almost like it turned somebody fucking completely off to know that somebody went so far, or to the extent to be so cruel to somebody that was very good to them. This is like a group of bullies. This is fucking embarrassing. Honestly, this is grown ass adults here, bitch. This is embarrassing. And they feel stupid. They feel dumb as fuck. Because it's like if they believed these people at one point, or trusted this family dynamic, community, group, whatever, they definitely don't trust them anymore. And they're just, they didn't, I don't even, I feel like it's like they completely blocked this group without even an explanation. Like they're disgusted. They're disgusted with this fucking family or organization or group or whatever it was who plotted against somebody who's like in this fucking Hierophant energy, not even realizing that this person's in like this godlike energy, or this person is somebody who works very close with God, and they're a leader. Actually, they're a true divine leader in the spiritual community. So you could be giving a lot of truth and clarity to people. Yeah. And someone here is like, just, they're losing sleep over it. They can't believe what has happened or how far this shit has gone. It's like somebody here also is like they wanted to block somebody from receiving messages or from getting some type of message here about somebody moving forward in a childish way. Like it was just stupid, because it's like you ended up moving forward anyway. This person is no longer wanting to. It's like they did all this shit for nothing. And it's like not only that, but it's like it was just meant to play out this way so people could really see other people's true intentions. I mean, this is just disgusting. It really is. It's really gross. It's I don't know. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Somebody, it's like they want to run towards somebody, or they want to come towards somebody that walked away. It's like now that somebody realized something, it's like they want to hurry up and come towards you, or they want to rush towards you before you completely are unaccessible to, or they feel like they need to come in and they need to come talk to you and tell you something or express something to you, because they're realizing now what somebody has done to you, or what these people have done to you, whether these people that were part of this group willingly understood what was going on or not. They still walk by blind faith, and instead of believing in God, they believed in a leader that led them wrong and did something like disgusting to somebody else out of jealousy, envy, greed, just to do it. You know what I mean? Abusing their power is kind of what I'm getting. Like somebody abused their fucking power and authority, and it's like they didn't realize how much power and authority you actually have. Yeah. It's like somebody here watches and they spy. These people have watched and spied, and now it's like they're all going against each other because you spoke truth. You spoke truth. All right, I gotta go, guys. Peace. Oh, look, and they feel trapped.